Yo guys, I'm Big Donovan. I was a ex semi-pro, Apex Legends competitor, and Rainbow Six Siege challenger competitor, and also just have hit the highest rank in multiple games. I love MOBAs, and that's what got me into Deadlock as well as FPS. It's kind of like a mixture of the two games that I like the most. Um, so I figured it'd be a good chance for me to be able to go over macro plays and stuff like that, and trying to teach people on how to get better and stuff like that, improvement mentality. And I would say that this game would be a good representation on like what to do when you get behind early, as you can see in the bottom on my red checks here. These are my deaths. I died 4 times and 3 times in lane phase, 1 time outside of it, I think. And then I ended up taking over the game anyways. And I think this is a good representation on how to get back into the game from a macro standpoint, as well as also like my mechanics are, I would say, pretty good. Definitely better than average. So yeah, I think this would be a good opportunity to show what to do. As you can see, this is on average, I would say, an Eternus game. There's a couple of E6s here, and yeah, so this game is a little rough early, and I can go over my mistakes. I think that's a good way to show that not every player plays perfectly, but it's a good learning opportunity. So the late phase, I mean, it starts out with me missing like 2 minions. Maybe an RNG a little bit. I should have played back further. The best place to play if you're playing competitively, like, and you're trying to make sure that you get some stuff, is play behind the bridge and just like wait. I didn't do that at the start of this game. I ended up walking over towards the far left side and trying to trade with Geist, which isn't a good idea. It's fine early game with Warden because I have my alchemical flask, obviously, which does reduces damage that he does. So it's still good for me to trade. It's just losing the minions isn't worth it. So I don't recommend it. And I think we come up in my first set pretty fast. Correctly. Right here, I'm just focusing wave, trying not to miss too many minions. Like I did last time. And yeah, I missed another one. So pretty bad. Very bad start actually. If you're wondering why I'm poking him a lot right now, it's because I'm not trying to deny as much. It's because I play on high ping. And when you play on high ping, it's like almost impossible to deny somebody. So I find it better to try to go to pressure over poking. And that's the reason why I don't try to deny. If you're on lower ping, like I would say around 30, 20 ping, or any lower than that, then you should definitely be trying to deny as much as possible. So as you can see, I'm still just trying to make space so I can get my souls and stuff like that. And I think I'd die here in a second. Probably buy an item. This item should be Resto Shot for me. Yeah. So Resto Shot. Obviously, Resto Shot is just the good item here. You get the bullet shield, weapon damage, as well as just overall a good item. One thing to keep in mind in almost every game, I would say, you should be buying the 3 like core regen items, so like monster rounds, Resto Shot, and extra regen. And you should be looking to try and sustain in your lane, and that's how you should be looking to play it. Alright, I'm gonna start fast forwarding it a little bit, because laning phase, like I said, went bad. Ended up dying 3 times in it, which isn't ideal. A lot of your laning phase is going to be determined at the start of it, like the very first like few waves. Really determine your laning phase. This is just me being like bad, playing really bad, so I end up dying.
We won't falter.
One thing to keep in mind too, a lot of players don't do this, but Rokane's doing. You should be jiggle peeking in and out of cover like this. If he wasn't doing that, I probably could have killed him here, and it would have been, you know, bad for him because he has a good lead on me right now. And you want to be jiggling in and out of the cover like it's a attack shooter. A lot of people don't realize that this is a MOBA, but also an FPS. So you should be trying to take those FPS fundamental skills that you get and implement them into this game as well. So I think, yeah, I mean, it gets close, like I said. If he would have came out and swung me, I probably kill him there, but he was playing it good, and it's like he kill me. So now, let's see. Go to my third death real quick. I'm pretty sure this is a gank from Pure Content, if I'm not mistaken. I ended up getting walled, I believe. Pretty much right now, since I'm down so much, my whole goal is to try and poke him, but also make sure I try to get the wave as much as possible. I'm not really trying to take a fight too much, and then I get ganked. It's a little hard for me to even play, just because the McGinnis rotates, and McGinnis wall is just such a good like cutoff for rotation. So I know that I'm kind of just dead here, because I can't really see where the wall's ending here from the angle I have. And it would be very hard for me to try to climb over this wall and get out because of the McGinnis ult slowing. So right here, my whole decision is to just try to fight and see if I can trade or get one of them low for maybe my teammate to trade, because the Viscous is, as we can see, sitting right here. There was no comm made in game. That's one thing players should be doing too, is let's say you are fighting somebody and you're in a duo lane or even a solo lane. If you see them go back to their shop, you should still comm missing, even though they might not be missing, you should still comm that they're missing, because if they're out of sight, you don't know where they are. That's a very important thing that will save you and your teammates a lot of games, is calming that they're missing. Even if you saw them rotate towards the shop, you think they're buying, or you think they're hitting these camps over here, or over here, over here, you need to calm that they're missing. Even if you heard them hitting the camps, you should still calm it. Just because they could just go, oh yeah, he's hitting the camp. I heard him hitting the camp. You might just rotate over right after, and then your teammate's gonna die if they're not paying attention. Which right here, I wasn't paying attention. I should have been able to look at the map and see it, but that's just a misplay by me. But yeah, calm when they're missing. If you don't see them on the map, you should calm that they're missing. If you can't see them in your lane, calm that they're missing, even if they're just sitting behind the wall. Like it's very, very important that you call people are missing. This is a MOBA. It's not a FPS. You know, people aren't stagnant, stuck in their lanes. So I end up dying here. As you can see, 0-3, not a really good start, but the game does end up changing around. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, and we're gonna try to see exactly what I can do. So right here, like I said, I'm already behind. I'm just looking to try to minimize my loss and farm as much as I can. So one thing to know is once you get into these higher elo lobbies, a lot of what people are going to do is they're going to start farming their camps instead of fight. Fighting is pointless in this game. It's a MOBA. If you guys have came from any MOBAs, you're going to know that your farm is more important than fighting, or at least if you're from a high level experience in MOBAs. That's what the majority of players are going to do, is they take objectives over kills. This isn't Team Deathmatch. This isn't Overwatch. You should be trying to make sure that when you fight, it's over something important, or you can get a guaranteed kill. There's like an 80-20 rule, I believe it is what it was in League, and it's pretty much like if a jungler is going to gank your lane, it should be an 80% rule that you have the chance of killing, and a 20% chance that you don't. If it's not that, you shouldn't be trying to go for the play in the first place. So what you're going to see now is we're at the stage of the game, 6 minutes. I have this camp up, this camp, this camp, this camp. And Rokane on Geist has this camp, this camp, this camp, this camp, this camp that he can farm. So what a lot of players are going to do in the higher elo matches is instead of trying to focus on killing the player or pushing their tower, is they're going to shove a wave, go from the camp, and then they're going to come back. They're not going to give up the wave. So if the wave starts crashing under your tower, they're not giving it up. They're going to go right back to it and clear that wave before they clear the camp, because your minions are not permanent. You want to make sure you're getting your minion waves as much as possible. And I'll be going in more in depth on that in a little bit on the video. But for now, that's what the play is you're going to see him start saying, okay, I don't need to kill him anymore. I have my camps up. I need to go farm my camps. You should be pushing wave, farm camp, push wave, farm camp, push wave, farm camp, push wave, farm camp until there's no more camps. And then you can start looking to try to trade for tower damage and kills and whatnot again. Another thing you can do, whenever you're in this kind of stage of the game where you're not fighting anymore, you're just trying to get objectives and get your CS up, or your souls per minute, is if you don't want to do a camp, let's say, or let's say you finish these 2 camps, which is like kind of your prio camps, or these 3 camps, I would say, is like more of your side lane camps than it is your dual lane camps. I would say after you do these, you could also look for picks. Rotate over to the middle lanes and try to get a kill over there. At 8 minutes, you could like do a teleport play onto the other side lane and try to get kills there. It's the same thing for dual lanes as well. At the 5-minute mark, I would say shove a wave, do camp. Shove a wave, do camp. It's the exact same thing for every single lane, except for in dual lanes, you don't want to be sending multiple people out of that lane at once. You want to shove the wave. Both of you guys can go do something else. Just make sure that when you guys aren't in lane, it's the same fundamental of you should be calling missing, because you're not in the lane to be able to see where they are unless they're showing on map. Then you don't need to. But the second they don't show on map, call missing. And then for dual lane, it's also a little bit different, because if I have, let's say, for example, like Grey Talon and McGinnis. Let's say Grey Talon wants to go look for a gank, or McGinnis. Or actually, here, let's say McGinnis wants to look for a gank on me. Grey Talon should never be leaving this lane. If McGinnis leaves this lane, Grey Talon does not leave this lane. You always need somebody to cover that lane. You shouldn't be sending multiple people out of the dual lane to go and try to get a gank, because if you send multiple people out of the dual lane, or both your 2 people, then the other 2 have the chance of being able to just take your tower outright, because it's 2 people instead of 1, like in a solo lane. So it's a lot more risky to try to go for those plays. Alright, so let's start this game back up. And you're going to see right now, this is pretty much where me and Geist are just on a handshake and say, yeah, push wave, do camp, push wave, do camp, push wave. But yeah, you should be trying to push out waves too, as far as possible. So like, as you saw, I cleared that wave and I immediately looked at the map to see the minions coming in. And I was like, all right, I'm going to push another wave so that I don't have to come back right away. And that's what I did. So now you're going to see me, I go straight back to hitting the camps. Again, another thing you do, hit these boxes whenever you get the chance. And now I go back and I do this. Right here, I'm calling the Geist is missing. It's up to my team at that point if they're going to respond. It's not my responsibility to go and help that lane once I've calmed they're missing. And as you can see, they did back up. Good. Push the wave, go do another comp. This is your best way to get back into the game. I'm already behind, so it's better for me to not try and fight. Especially as Warden right now, with Gun Warden being so strong, I'm looking to try to get my farm online and get my power spikes so that I can look for these big plays and try to get these kills. I have another death coming up here. I'm pretty sure I make the mistake of walking up in front of McGinnis and using my stamina, which is just on me, mechanical misplay, knowledge misplay, where I should have just waited for them to back out. So here, I'm like, oh, I can kill Rocane, and McGinnis comes back and walls me off. So that is, it's a little rough. but it is what it is. And I think this is where this game starts to turn around for me. So looking at the map right now, we know that there's a fight happening here, and we know that there's nothing really happening over here. Right now, with 4 people in this lane, we should be either looking to rotate and gank this Eternus. So probably have Mo and Krill rotate and gank Eternus. Or we should be having these Mo and Krill and the 7 try to shove this Vindicta under a tower as far as possible. That's what should be happening on the map right now. I don't rotate through this fight. As you can see, my Paradox is already dead. So rotating to this fight is kind of pointless. You can also see the health bar, where my Viscous is already missing a quarter HP, plus there's 4 people there. The chances of me being able to change that fight are very, very slim. So what I end up doing is I notice that my wave is shoved. One thing with this game too that's very important, you do not want your wave shoved. This is very, very bad if your waves are shoved. Like this right here, this is very, very bad. This wave should be shoved into the Vindicta's tower right now. And if it's not, then that's just a misplay, macro-wise. Waves are very, 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 very important in this game to have them managed. So you should be looking to try to shove a wave every single time that you see a wave. Like, it's very important that you keep your wave shoved, because if you don't, then you end up losing towers, you end up losing prio on the map, and you don't have vision, since there's no wards in this game. So right here, I'm just like, alright, I got a bad wave. I'm going to shove this wave, and I think I end up catching Geist here. Really? Yeah. So I end up catching Geist here. He ended up sitting inside of my cage. Bad. And now I'm looking to take tower. So a huge play for me. Very, very big. Come back. Souls for me. As soon as I take tower, I don't stay any longer. I push the wave and I immediately back out because I know I'm probably going to get it's something you should know. Go back a little bit here to Betrayer. Okay, so when you're playing this game, or just MOBAs in general, you should always be thinking about what you're going to do next. So when I'm ziplining back, I'm looking at the map the whole time. I'm not looking at anything else other than my map and maybe my store to buy an item as soon as I get back. You could also use the quick buy feature. So I'm looking at the map and I'm deciding on what I'm going to do here. We see that they picked up Urn. We don't know where it is exactly because they picked it up, but we know that they're running Urn. So right here, if you guys saw, after I killed Geist, I ended up shoving one more wave. It was kind of a greedy play, but it was a high reward. Because I shoved that wave, now he has to cover this wave. They're down a player. McGinnis is running Urn, and I know that there's going to be people grouping up over here on this Urn. And the chances of me being able to get anything on the opposite side of the map is very slim. So what I'm going to do here is I end up coming into purple to try to look for a play on either getting kills or hopefully stopping the Urn. And let's see what happens. Good luck. But yeah, you should be looking to try to play off the map. You should be trying to play based off of where your waves are and what's happening around. So as we see, I speed in, and I catch the Vindicta out. Walls in Eternus.
I see Vindicta.
And we get a double kill. So as soon as I get this kill, my immediate reaction is take tower, because that would be not good. 3 people here, 4. We should be taking this tower. And then I hear the Geist. We turn on Geist. We kill her. I throw my flask to the right side of her because I want to try to cut her off. They can swap off of me. It doesn't matter. It's 2v1. And we kill her. And we also get Urn off that play because we rotated the play. So that's the type of plays you guys should be looking at. Shoving waves. So now, as I'm going back, I'm looking in at the waves. Waves are important, very important. I'm looking at this wave over here, and I think I end up doing this camp and then rotating to it, which is a misplay. I should be rotating to it right away. Luckily, my haze ends up covering the wave, and I don't have to worry about it. This was something that was calmed in game, I where I asked my Haze, I said, hey, are you going to cover yellow? He said yes. And so now I'm just like, alright, I'm going to look to get more farm. And that's how you should be playing the game. You should be looking to try to farm the map as much as possible whenever you can. Don't sacrifice vision. It's really bad. What I did is bad. I should have gone straight to yellow instead of hitting the camps. So now we shoved yellow wave out. All the lanes are covered, so I'm just looking to see where I can make my next play or find another farm. So right now I'm looking at the mid camps, for example, and I see that the mid camps are cutting down already, so I'm just looking at it to get down because. And we get a kill off of it, which is good. And now I'm looking to take tower. I don't want to commit too hard into that because doing plays like that is bad. Not good to go like super far into it. The reason I kept going around was just to see if like maybe Great Talon was catchable, and I saw I said he wasn't in my head, and that's just something you learn as you play more. And yeah, so now after we get the tower, again, immediately as I'm getting tower, I'm thinking of what I'm going to do next, and the next play in my mind is go get the mid camps because it's a neutral camp, and it's kind of like anybody's camp at that point, and it also keeps me in the center of the map, which is good for me right now, since I'm so strong. So right now, I see that there's 3 people on the other, what's it called, the yellow lane. So now I'm looking to push this tower and steal their jungle as much as I can. Yeah, I was gonna run down underneath to try to catch that guy, but I heard the McGinnis stomping around behind me, and I didn't want to take the chance of getting caught out. And luckily I didn't, because there's 3 people in that lane as of right now. Actually, speaking of that, let me change the targeting. Alright, so you can actually see what I'm looking at as I'm playing. I just remembered that I can do that.
Our green waffle is under attack.
So yeah, same thing, just pushing waves, looking for plays whenever I can, and trying to take as much camps as I possibly can. So as you can see, nobody's really showing on the map. We see them now briefly on the objectives. That's another very important thing. You should be keeping track of every 5 minutes after 10 minutes in the game. Your buffs will come up, and same with that. You should be trying to get those on cooldown. And preferably be there for it spawns. At least like within the 45-second timer, you should be already planning to shove a wave and get cryo for those supplies.
You know where to find me.
So yeah, we end up getting the right side buff, and they end up getting the left side. It's fine. We kind of traded it. And so now I'm just looking to push this because there's nothing else really happening, and we also are running earn. So because we're running earn, we want to try to shove this wave out as far as possible. I'm pretty sure we tried to make a catch play here, but I think Hayes ends up shooting in this last second, so did I. So this played by both of us. They end up collapsing on us. We end up both leaving. I ulted just in case they chase. If they did chase, I could turn and kill them. They didn't chase, so it's whatever. Like I said, I'm playing Gun Warden, so my ult is not really important to say. It's good for taking objectives at this point, I would say. Warden ult is very strong at taking objectives. So now that I see we're just doing a bunch of shenanigans on the opposite side of the map, we're restacking on the side lane, so I'm just like, alright, I'm gonna push, try to get cryo. Again, nobody was showing on map there, so I don't want to take the risk of getting caught out, and I end up just backing out of yellow and look at the for a play. Nothing ends up happening there though. Get picked off. I mean, it's just part of the game. It is what it is. End up here, catching the Great Talon. Good. My teammates are fighting in my blue lane, so now I'm looking to try to push this Guardian and Walker and try to get this. I almost killed the Chalman. I probably could have dove and killed him, but I don't end up getting either, which kind of sucks. That's I would say it was a misplay, but it's also pretty good. We got their mid lane towers or walkers down, pretty low, within reach of being able to backdoor it almost. We also got the purple walker at the same time, which is good. So now, like I said, again, just looking for what I can do on the map. We're 20 minutes in the game. I'm kind of at my core items in the build. The main thing is I'm missing is like Lucky Shot right now and Pristine Emblem. There's nothing really much else I can get that will make me like super strong. I could even go Glass Cannon this game since they're not really tanky. But I end up going Lucky Shot this game, I believe, because I think it's better, personally. And so right now, 20 minutes in the game, I'm just looking to try to get flex slots because we're starting to get flex locked. And right now, at this point in the game, I'm calling to try to push out other lanes so that I can try to split push and get this walker. That's something you guys should be coming to your teammates is be like, hey, can you guys push out this lane so I can get to this lane and try to split it. And let's say these guys in the mid lane, they push out this walker and 3 people show up and they die. But I'm over here pushing this. Well, as long as I get this, then it's fine. It's actually worth it. And then as soon as I get this, I need to back and come defend this walker or this walker or whatever walker they're going towards, and make sure they don't trade it. But trading kills or trading a walker for your teammates dying is definitely fun. It's not fine though if they, let's say they were to go and kill all my teammates and then we lost our walkers. You know, like that's not good. But that's also something that's not really on you to be responsible for. You tell your teammates to push, they need to push, and if they don't, then maybe you shouldn't go for the play, you know? It's all about trying to make sure that your teammates know what you're doing while you're doing something. So here, try to catch Calvin while also pushing. I end up doing a ton of damage, but I don't have heal bane, so we're just healing through it all. I almost get the kill on Geist. Almost. It was really close. I think I did 6k damage there, I believe. Within that one fight. So that shows the importance of healing. So yeah, just keep on going. Like I said, I was split pushing there. That's kind of my thought process right now. Is I'm telling my team, hey, I'm split pushing. I need you guys to push out the lanes, please. And that's kind of what you should be looking to do. Is you should be looking to make plays off of teammates doing other things. And as it gets later in the game, then you start grouping up kids. So right now, I come over to try to help them fight. Doesn't work out as soon as waves pushed. Obviously, you need to go catch it. Like I said, waves are very important to manage in this game. You shouldn't be letting waves go unchecked. And so I push the wave. I see my teammates aren't shoved. This is very important. If your teammates aren't shoved up already, then like back when I first started this camp, they were right here. My teammates aren't shoved enough for me to be going and catching this. Also, there's only one person showing on the map, which is this Eternus. So me shoving up and trying to take this walker would be an unnecessary death. There's probably somebody there to catch this wave. So what I do is I just say, okay, I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to go back and catch this wave. And after that wave, I see my teammates are now shoving it. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to make a cash play on Kelvin that we walked up, as well as also try to get this walker. That's my main priority, is get this walker. And try to make pressure from my team to get other walkers elsewhere as well. So I ult this, he walls it, it's a good play by him. We end up getting the walker nonetheless, which is good. I look to see if I can catch him, because if I could catch him with the Slaying Hex, then I guaranteed kill him, since I'm very strong right now. And now I'm just looking to make plays on the map, because I'm like very strong right now. They ended up starting mid-boss up here, so I end up rotating, looking for picks and stuff like that, try to stop it, which ends up going good. It was a really long fight, actually, like a lot longer than it should have been. So end up coming over here, killing multiple of them. And I think we slowly snap. I'm going to explain a little bit more in depth as it gets to it. Right here. So at this point in the game, their timers are still ticking down. It's bugged, but they're all dead for, I want to say like 20 seconds roughly. With them all being dead, we immediately, the comm that I make is finish mid boss because they already made it roar. It's quarter HP. This is the play that should be making. We should be making as a team. I don't know where my 7's going. I calmed that we should do it, but he ended up leaving because he said he was leaving. But yeah, this is the correct macro play. Is finish the mid boss out here and take it home since they were dead. So now I'm just looking to try to stop this guys from getting in. And my team's in there, so I don't have to really know what's we end up getting those kills, good.
But first, I'll take yours.
And now I just back up and go buy my items since I have 8k. Which brings me to another point. Whenever you get to your 6200 item thresh point, you should always be fine. Don't fight. If you have soul suspend, do not fight. It is so bad to stay out and fight when you're holding on to your souls.
We're one step closer to completing
You should be going and spending those, and even if your team wants to fight, you should be calling them off and telling them no, I'm fine, and forcing them to not fight. Right now, I'm just looking to see if I can get another 6200 item before we fight, because it makes me very strong. I'm trying to get these camps. There's no walkers for us to get, so I'm not too stressed out about that. Ideally, the correct macro play here would be to go and fight with my team, but also I should be looking to take the enemy jungle over our jungle. So right there, doing our camps was a safe play, but I should be taking their jungle since we have rejuve and my team is pressed forward. So right now, I'm just looking to make plays and try to kill people. Because I'm super strong. We end up catching Eternus out here, which is good. Now the thought process is to take the base guardians so that we get faster rotations around the map. If you drop now, base guardians provide a faster speed zip, or not a faster speed zip, but a faster zip line. And that's the whole reason why you want to get as much of them as you can. We end up backing out here because our Mo ended up getting caught. It's a little unfortunate. Now I'm just looking to take camps away from them since we can't really make any more plays. Minions got their prime. It's huge. And yeah, so because there's downtime in the map right now, I'm looking to try to take jungle from them and deny them souls. We're running Urn right now, so I shove wave. And right here, like I said, I have souls. I'm coming to my team. I want to back. I don't want to stay on the map because I have so many souls. I'm going to catch Geist here. She just take the walker. We don't want her pushing any further. End up killing her. And then I shove this wave out. Make sure that we don't have her wave shove. Like I said, waves are very important. You don't want them shoved into your base. Team's winning the fight, which is good. Got their gun buff, and now I'm just looking to fight. I'm very, very strong right now, as you guys can see. I have Blast Cannon and Lucky Shot. I kind of just walk up and one-shot everybody that I see. Go back. So yeah, I see my Hiz is fighting. I'm calling to her. I'm on the way. I'm trying to kill them. Very, very strong right now. And we're gonna killing pretty much like all of them and drop a Jason right after this.
Nice work.
So yeah, that was just part of being fed and making the right plays throughout the map. Macro-wise, obviously, like I said, this is a good example of how to make a comeback in a game. I'm going over a lot of information here. It's kind of a long video, and I know that's kind of rough to watch. But yeah, I started the game out 0-4, ended up coming back and getting a bunch of kills and having the most souls in the game off a good macro.
Time has come to summon me.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, we drop Patron. The correct play right now in this current meta, because Patron being dropped causes them to spawn a lot faster, is you should just be backing up if you drop it and taking their farm. Unless you're just insanely far ahead and you don't have souls to spend. Your team doesn't have souls to spend, not just you, your team. Then you can stay and fight. But most, I would say 99% of the games, you should be backing the second that you drop that Patron, because it's just not good to stay and fight people as they're respawning in their ships and trying to. So right now, I'm just looking to try to make a play. Obviously, I have Crippling Headshot, Glass Cannon, Lucky Shot. I'm very, very strong right now. And I think I end up going for a greedy player, the Eternus, and giving up 1 HP, but I end up flipping and dying first. So that's a misplay on my part. I shouldn't be walking up like that. Ideally, I don't know what we did here, but we should be getting the urn here, ideally. But it's also a misplay on my part for walking up that far and dying like that. I shouldn't be doing that. You should be trying to play with your team when you're this strong and not be trying to make hero plays. But, I mean, it happens to the best of us. Part of being greedy and being fed is you get kind of a big head and you go for a misplays like that. And as you can see, it causes my teammate to die, which is just bad. Luckily, my teams end up winning this fight, I believe,
there will be a reaping,
which is good.
exquisite work, Paradox.
Well, if they aren't
Now,
paying attention.
obviously, they won that fight, so I'm just looking to kind of try to end it. Like I said, Giga strong. I kind of just one-shot anybody on the map right now. Don't get my ult off. It's whatever though. Gun loaded, like I said.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's how I ended up coming back, going 13-7. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a little bit into what Eternus players are thinking while they're playing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think these averages are correct, but like, for example, me, Fickle Frog, I think one other person on our team is Eternus, like 3 and up or something like that. Rocane, Pure Content, Arkham, these guys are all part of Llama Lords, like E6 players. And yeah, so pretty much just like the thought process of what an Eternus player is doing. As you can see, I had good stats this game. Bad start to the game, and I mean, it happens. It's definitely being greedy and like kind of getting a big ego, pushing things I shouldn't have been pushing. But I thought it would be a good video to try to show my thought process on what I would do when I get behind to try to get back into the game. Because most people, when they get behind in that game like that and they go 0-4 within the first like 8 minutes, is they just turn their brain off and don't know what to do. And they keep trying to look for plays and stuff like that when you really should just be going and looking for jungle camps and stuff like that, pushing your waves as much as possible, trying to get split push and picks off and stuff like that. So yeah, I plan on doing more videos like this. Hopefully it's a lot cleaner than the one I just did. This is definitely my first time doing a video like this. I do coaching as well on the side. I do one-on-one coaching for $10. I'll coach you one-on-one for an hour, give you advice on a VOD. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was a good insight on what exactly to do. Some macro plays. I could also show you guys mechanical plays if you guys would like a video like that. Just let me know. I can go over mechanics on like how to win your lane, the correct way to play lane phase, and stuff like that. Little niche things I could go over if you guys would like a video. Just let me know in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, let me know what you guys think I need to do for the video. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later.